Good morning, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to MECA Global Toastmasters meeting on March 19th. We have some of our members and guests on our call today. I'm Hari from President of MECA Global Toastmasters Club. I work in UBS Financial Services firm, and it's my passion to develop leaders and collaborate with people and do a knowledge sharing so that we all can learn and grow together. Next, I would like to introduce our club Vice President of Education, Tasveer Ahmad Khan. Tasveer, would you like to introduce yourself, please?
Yes, hi, good morning, once again, good afternoon, wherever you are. My name is Tasveer Khan. I am VPE for almost a year now, just completing the year. It's my first time to be part of Toastmasters, a lot of learning, a lot of inspiring people. I'm working as a CFO in a company in Dubai, who are based in Canada, Toronto. So I work as basically virtually, and occasionally I travel to Dubai. Whenever I'm in Canada, I join the meeting. Whenever I'm in Dubai, it's hard for me to join, but I mean, this is how it is. I look forward to you.
Thank you, Tasveer. Thank you for joining. It's a pleasure to see you again. Next, I would like to welcome our Club Vice President of Membership and our Treasurer, Victor Lanyan. Victor, would you like to introduce yourself, please? Victor, we can't hear you. You're on mute.
You're muted.
Okay. Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Victor Lanyan. I'm the VP Membership. I'm a consultant based in Lagos, Nigeria.
Thank you, Victor.
Okay.
Pleasure to have you again. I hope you're not traveling and you're not driving and speaking. So
I'm packed.
Yeah, it's understandable, multitasking. So with that, I would I'd also have the pleasure to welcome our area director and our distinguished guest for today, Pamela Johnson. Pamela, welcome to our club meeting.
Thank
Would
you.
you like to introduce yourself, please?
Sure. My name is Pamela Johnson. I am the Area 43 Director. Basically, my role is to be here to support the clubs within Area 43, of which MECA Global is one. And every now and then I like to pop in and see how you're doing and see if there's anything you need from me, because that's my role, is be here to service you guys. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Pamela. And we should say that you have been an extremely engaged area director, closely working with all the club members and the club leaders, and communicating very actively and being very transparent on the progress of the district and what you are doing for the district and what you're doing for the different clubs. So thank you very much for your engaging and inclusive leadership. Fantastic. Next, I would like to welcome my beloved friend and my fellow Rutgers Executive MBA classmate, Venu. Venu, welcome to our meeting. And would you like to introduce yourself, please?
Thank you, Hari. Good morning and good afternoon, wherever you all distinguished members are. I'm really excited to be part of the Toastmaster event. Thank you for inviting me, Hari. Is this my official big introduction or a quick introduction?
That's a short introduction.
Short introduction. Okay. So my name is Venu Muni, and like Hari said, we've known each other for some time. We were part of Executive MBA program in Rutgers, and I had an opportunity to work with Hari, and my goal in joining this Toastmaster is to improve my public speaking skills.
Fantastic. Thank you very much, Venu. Welcome. And Solomon, very welcome to our meeting. It's a pleasure to see you again. How are you doing?
Yeah, doing great. Thank you.
Fantastic.
It's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a while. Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you like to introduce yourself? Yeah.
Okay, I'm Solomon. I've been with Toastmaster for some time now. Just I've not been punctual, but hopefully I can be coming more often. I'm here to improve on my leadership styles in terms of public speaking.
Thank you, Solomon. So before we kick off our prepared speech segment and our impromptu table topic segment, in the true nature of Agile, we are going to get some quick role players depending on the attendance in this meeting today. So Tasveer, I want to check and confirm if you have the timer cards for in the meeting, so you can show the timer cards.
Yes, let me check.
Okay. Or as a backup, I want to know, Pamela, if you have the timer cards available.
I do have.
Yes, I do have. I have.
Yeah. Okay. So, all right. So we'll have Tasveer as our timer today. So he will be recording the speech time log. And at the end of the meeting, he will be communicating the time each speaker took. And that will help us to focus on delivering our presentations on time. And Tasveer, would you like to show your timer card? So for Venu and my speech, Venu's speech will be an icebreaker between 3 to 5 minutes. At the end of third minute, Tasveer will show the green card. Tasveer, would you like to show the green card on your screen, please?
Yes.
Tasveer will show the green card, and at the fourth minute, yellow, and at the fifth minute, red.
Red.
And my speech will be on motivational strategies, level 3, understanding emotional intelligence. And for that, the speech time is 5 to 7 minutes, and 5 green, 6 yellow, and 7 red. With that, in the table topic segment, each speeches will be for 2 minutes. Any speaker can speak for 1.5 to 2.5 minutes. At the end of 1 minute, it will be green. At the end of 1 minute, 30 seconds will be yellow. And at the end of 2 minutes, it will be red. And the color will stay on red until the speaker completes, but the speakers should know that they should be wrapping up the time as soon as they see the red color. So we are going to have 2 evaluations, one for Venu's speech. I would like to check if Solomon, would you like to be an evaluator for Venu's speech when she delivers her icebreaker so that you can give feedback?
Sure.
Thank you, fantastic. And Pamela, would you like to evaluate my speech today?
It would be my pleasure.
Thank you, Pamela. And Tasveer, I will ask you to, so Victor, do you think, because you're driving, I'm just checking, do you think you can take a general evaluator role, giving a feedback at the end of the meeting on how the meeting went?
Okay, I'll do that.
Okay, fantastic. So Victor will be a general evaluator. And I just want one more role, like a grammarian role. Solomon, would you be able to take up a dual role as a grammarian?
Sure.
Okay. All right, fantastic. And Pamela, I'm going to request you to take a dual role of the arm counter also. Arm counter for any of the speeches. Fantastic. So with that, we have a full-fledged agenda. We would like to, Venu, is there any preference? You want me to deliver my speech first, or you want to take it first?
Whatever you choose. I can go first if you like.
All right, perfect, fantastic. So why don't we break the ice in today's meeting with an icebreaker speech. Our first speaker for today at MECA Global Club will be Venu Muni. Venu Muni, icebreaker speech. The stage is yours.
Thank you, Hari. I'm really excited to be part of the Toastmaster event today. Again, I am Venu Muni, and I have 18 years of experience in business operations, quality, procurement, production, operational excellence, and inventory management. I am currently Director of Inventory Management in a supply chain and logistics solution company, a premier 3PL provider that leverages technological core competence to deliver exceptional client experience in the e-commerce and the B2B space. I'm working towards building a team, building my team, and an optimal inventory and operational process to achieve 99.5% inventory accuracy. That's a lot. This role I've just started as of this month. Previously, I was head of supply chain and inventory management in a mid-sized consumer goods company called Plainview Growers. We were growing plants to supply to all the Wegmans and Costco's of this area. I started with the company at an entry level in inventory and quality department, which was a natural fit for me due to my eye for detail and problem solving. I then added purchasing and procurement function. I kept on getting increased responsibility to where I ended up heading the procurement, inventory management, and supply chain functions. I'm skilled in optimizing inventory processes, building resilient teams. I enjoy working with diverse teams through collaboration and effective communication. I am passionate about continuous improvement and to establish policies and procedures, put these policies and procedures in place with internal and external stakeholders to break these silos and transform end-to-end processes to improve quality, efficiencies, and effectiveness of work. Educationally, I have 2 masters in science, and with Hari, I completed executive MBA from Rutgers, where I met a cohort filled with inspiring high achievers like Hari, like my friend Hari. Personally, I'm married for 20 years with 2 kids, twins, boy and a girl. And my husband and I are enjoying the last few months before our kids become full-fledged teenagers. Lastly, I am an associate board member of Rutgers Center for Women in Business. I'm part of this organization as it is very close to my mission to work towards removing barriers, building community, and empowering women. And like I mentioned before, my goal in joining the Toastmaster is to improve my overall speaking skills. Thank you.
Thank you, Venu. That was a wonderful introduction of you. Welcome to our club again, and thanks for your interest in checking out and joining our club. So thank you very much. With that, we'll give probably a minute for Solomon to write down his evaluation or take notes for his evaluation. So timer, can we have a minute on the clock?
It is a minute.
Thank you very much. So that we'll move on to our second speech of today's meeting. The speech will be delivered by me in the Pathway Motivational Strategies, Level 3, Project 1, Understanding Emotional Intelligence. The title of my speech is going to be Effective Habits of an Agile Leader. Effective Habits of an Agile Leader. Good afternoon, good morning, and welcome everyone. It's my pleasure to talk about effective habits of an agile leader today as part of my pathway motivational strategies. Who is an agile leader? It's very important to know who is an agile leader. An agile leader is someone who can develop trust, build transparency, and communicates effectively to his team and to his stakeholders. Why do we need an agile leader in today's world? It is not uncommon, it is not unusual for a leader to be seen as an agile leader. However, with the fast moving nature of our business, leaders in today's world need not only be an executive and an execution focused leader, but he or she should be focused more on business agility. What does that mean? The leader needs to focus on outcomes. And how does a agile leader focus on outcomes? Welcome to my speech, where I'm going to walk you through some of the few techniques and principles of becoming an agile leader, or spotting an agile leader, or transforming and developing agile leaders like you and like many others. The first most principle of becoming an agile leader is to use emotional intelligence. Let me ask you this question. Who is your favorite leader from your life experiences, or from the books that you have read, or videos or movies that you have watched? Pamela, who is your favorite leader?
To be honest, my favorite leader was actually my parents.
Awesome. That no one can beat that parents' role, who are true leadership in each of our lives. And why would you say they were leaders to you? What strikingly three qualities that you would say that they are your favorite leaders?
I would say they're my favorite leaders because they supported me, they guided me in the right direction, and they communicated, they listened to me and communicated with me so that I knew what was right for me and right for our family unit.
Beautiful. I think you summed up the essence of agile leadership. When your parents supported you, they built trust. They gave a honest information of where you are and what you can be and how you can achieve it. That building trust is the essence for us to view someone or trust someone as a leader. Then they guided you. So they built transparency on what you can do and how you can achieve. And then they communicated to you throughout the long. Now, this natural aspects of leadership sometimes get lost in the busyness of our day-to-day work. And that's what we need to bring back to the energy and the power that we need to build empathy, to build trust, and to have a transparent and a transparent nature at our work and communicate effectively. And that is emotional intelligence, to understand who our audience are, to understand who our team members are, to understand who our stakeholders are, and understand what their pain points, what they are looking for, and working accordingly and acting accordingly to meet their expectations, and sometimes even going beyond their expectations. So the first principle is working closely with your customers to understand them. I tell to my 8-year-old, when she asks, who's your customer, who are working with you? And I say that anyone who is other than me is my client or a customer. Anyone who is other than me is my client and customer. And that's the focus, that's the respect I would like to give for anyone who interacts with me, who I am able to interact, to give them the time to understand what their expectations are and how I can be of help. So that's the first principle of an agile leadership. Second one is to develop and communicate the vision and mission. Obviously, we all work in a team, in an organization setup or in a family setup with certain goals to achieve in a short term or a long term. So that needs a short term vision and a long term vision, and it should have a mission that inspires to achieve that vision. So, in order to communicate a vision, we have to be very clear on what all of us are working towards. What are our goals? What are the boundaries in which our team we will be working towards a goal? And what is the scope of work that we need to work on? And this needs a big picture view, a bird's eye view, and where necessary, dive into the detail of the work. So owning to execute the vision, taking ownership, and focusing on action and not pondering over should we do this or should we do that. You need to decide, fail fast, execute, and measure your progress, and retrospectively take action and make it better outcomes. So and focus on action is a key thing. The third quality is to create an environment of mutual influence. When our parents said we have to do this, they guide us, but they also give a room to grow. If we fail, they course correct us, and they give us a room to grow. That is an essence or essential environment for a mutual influence. So that gives autonomy to the people and encourage them, direct them, and allow them to grow. And this needs a cross-functional collaboration between multiple team members, and also build teams that have fun. We need to foster team culture. We need to promote shared understanding. Knowledge is no longer a sacred ground within one's brain. The knowledge that you share with others makes you seen as a leader, makes you trusted as a leader. So share more, collaborate more, and make sure that the team is small and self-organized, and give the autonomy that the teams need to grow. Then focus on execution and delivery towards outcomes, not outputs. Outcome is key. Either it is with short incremental work and measuring the progress rather than saying I did 10 tasks or 20 tasks. Finally, prioritize continuous education and knowledge sharing, and sharpen your own saw and your team members' saw. So overall, in order to be an agile leader, use emotional intelligence, develop and communicate your vision, create an environment of influence and trust, build teams that work with fun, focus on execution and delivery, and don't forget, prioritize continuous education and knowledge sharing. Thank you, everyone. So I would love to give Pamela a minute to do any of the notes she wants to take as a feedback. Timer, can we have a minute on the clock, please?
It is a minute.
Thank you, Dasdev. Appreciate it. Before we get on to our table topic segment, I would like to welcome our another club officer, Sabine Ishtiak. Sabine is the secretary of our MECA Global Toastmasters. Sabine, welcome to the meeting. Would you like to introduce yourself quickly? You're on mute.
Hi, Harry. Hi, everybody. I'm sorry, I'm just not turning the video.
That's
I'm
fine.
the secretary of MECA Global Master, right? And I've been working with this club like more than a year since when we have actually started. And I'm also taking part in the divisional or district level contest as well right now, and also working beside with Harry. If something comes, I work as a, you can say, sergeant armed positions.
Thank you very much, Sabine, and congratulations to Sabine for representing our club at area level and also progressing from area to the divisional level contest in the international speech. So, Sabine, congratulations and hats off to your courage to and
Thanks.
representing our club and going all the way till our division contest. So with that, we move into our table topic segment. Table topic segment or the is a portion where we talk about impromptu speeches. As a table topic master, I'll be giving quotes on certain theme. So today's meeting theme is agile and innovation. So I'm going to give few quotes on agile and innovation. The intent is to talk about impromptu and use it as an elevator speech so that at your work, if you end up meeting with senior executives in your elevator or along the way, you have an ability to talk quickly on any given topic. And this is a practice ground, and that's why we place emphasis on table topic segment. I'm going to request volunteers who, for example, Venu and I have delivered our prepared speeches. So I'm going to request others in the club meeting today to be a volunteer for table topics and give a flavor of what you think on agile and leadership. So I'm going to show a few quotes on the screen. May I request a volunteer from our meeting today? Solomon, Victor, anyone wants to jump in?
I can volunteer.
Tasveer? All right,
Yeah.
fantastic. So Tasveer, one of the quotes around agile leadership is the pace and ability at which an organization is able to effectively innovate will be the determining factor of competitiveness in the future, and the future is now. I repeat, the pace and ability at which an organization is able to effectively innovate will be the determining factor of competitiveness in the future. The future is now, by Kahan Krippendorf. Tasveer, the stage is yours.
Thank you, Harry. Thank you. Well, innovation is the key factor for success of any organization, for success of any company. And the businesses which are innovative, which are developing new products, new ideas, which are developing in any form, be it technology or new products or new way of doing business, they are definitely moving towards success. They are the one who will lead their company to success. So innovation, without innovation, a business is going to fail. I mean, it can't compete in the long run. Definitely, innovation is something which has to be learned, implemented. A culture has to be developed for innovation. There should be teams who work on innovation, okay, who develop products, who develop innovative culture, and this all comes from the leadership. So a leadership must develop such a culture where innovation can prosper. Thank you.
Thank you, Tasveer. Let's give a big round of applause to Tasveer for jumping in and sharing his thoughts on the quote. Next, can I request Solomon or Victor to jump in?
Yes, I think.
Cool. Let's go to Solomon first, and then we'll come to Victor. So Solomon, the quote for you is, high performance teams and execution speed has no value if you are going in the wrong direction. High performance teams and execution speed has no value if you are going in the wrong direction, by Tony DeValle. Solomon, the stage is yours.
Before one goes to a certain destination, or you want to go to a place, it's always important to know exactly where you want to go. Because at the end of the day, whatever you go through as to the journey you go through, if at the end of the day you don't get to where you want to, at the end of the day, it means that you have not achieved whatever you want to. So it is important that anytime that we want to execute something, anytime that we want to put in our strategy in achieving something, it is important to already have an idea as to where we want to go, as to our final destination. So it's very important that we have a direction as to where you want to go. And that is where leadership comes in. When we look at the execution, that is more management. But leadership is about having a view as to where do we have to go. Then we can now come and talk about the process or what we have to do to get there. So it's very important or imperative that we have an idea or be very good at setting our goal as to the final destination that we want to be. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Solomon, for sharing your thoughts on having a direction and knowing the direction before we try to reach the destination. Next, I would like to welcome Victor to share your thoughts on the speech. If you focus on the strength of the team, you will begin to find work as a positive challenge. If you focus on the strength of the team, you will begin to find work as a positive challenge, by Salil Jha. Victor, the stage is yours.
Okay, thank you, Harry. Basically, a team is out to achieve a purpose. And for that purpose to be achieved, there has to be team members. And the focus of the team the strategic focus of the team must be known to each and every member of the team. And for one to begin to work on that focus or purpose, there must be an agreement among members of the team. So as a result, the members of the team are focused on getting a positive change. And this is something the leader of the team has to coordinate effectively and make sure that there's a buy-in by every member of the team. In creating positive challenge, it must create some excitement among the team members. This should also be something that the leader is able to drive effectively. In focusing the strength of the team, the leader must be aware of the strengths and the weaknesses of each member of the team and how to coordinate, take advantages of their weaknesses and also take advantages of their strengths and also mitigate their weaknesses in achieving the positive change. Thank you.
Thank you, Victor. Thank you for sharing your thoughts on building the team and focusing on the leadership. We have time for one more quote. I would like to request if Pamela or Sabine wants to take a shot at it.
Who wants to go first?
Okay, I will let you go. I'll let you go, Sabine.
Okay.
All right. The quote for you is, a slight shift in perspective changes everything. A slight shift in perspective changes everything, by Jimmy Butler. Sabine, the stage is yours.
Thank you so much, Harry, for giving me the chance. First of all, we have to see what the definition of the perspective is. The definition of perspective is quite, I believe, subjective. It changes from every person to person, country to country, and I believe a group of people to people. So the thing what I would like to share is we have to be positive in when it comes to perspective and a little bit diverse, or you can say try to see the things in a bigger perspective instead of like a smaller ones, because sometimes what we believe, perspective is what we believe, what we are seeing is correct, but it's not always what we see is always right. So when it comes to the perspective, we should it's same like I'm wearing a glasses and the glasses are not clean enough to see. So I will always see blurry image of all the people. And I will think, okay, the other person is not clean. They are not wearing a right shirt or not. But in fact, I have unclean glasses. So what I believe is whenever we try to see new things in life or even the normal things, we must see the things in a different perspective, try to open or expand our horizon and accept the things the way they are instead of putting our own judgment. Try to see things like a third party, right? So we can accommodate the new things and in life or see the different dimensions. And then we see it's like try to see the 360-degree view of things. So it's like every angle will tell you the different story. But if I'm just focusing on, okay, my time is up. Thanks. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sabine. Thank you for relaying how perspective is important in a very calm manner and how we need to take a step back and look at the big picture. That kind of ties up to the agile leadership principle that I was talking about for an agile leader. So thank you very much. I would like to give an opportunity for our area director, Pamela Johnson, to go for one speech. Pamela, let me give you this quote. Agile, like a leader, aims at people first approach, putting people above things. Agile, like a leader, aims at people first approach, putting people above things. By Vikram Verma. Pamela, the stage is yours.
Thank you, Harry, for this opportunity. I resonate with this particular quote simply because, as I mentioned earlier, my favorite leader or leaders were my parents. And I do feel as though they put me first in leading me to become the person that I am today. That's something very important in business as well, because if those that you are leading do not feel as though they're important or as though you are putting them first, they lose trust in you, they lose respect for you, and that is a direct reflection upon your leadership and your skill. And it will be a direct reflection upon how well or how successful you and your team become. So being agile is something every leader should be sure that they're able to do in putting people first. Thank you for that question.
Thank you very much, Pamela. Thank you for a wonderful perspective on that topic. We truly believe that parents are our first leader and they show the principles of agile leadership. So with that, we come to a completion of our table topic segment. I hope all of you had an experience on talking impromptu, sharing your thoughts at a code that was given to you at a very short notice. So with that, we will now move on to our evaluation segment. We will have Victor Lanyon as a general evaluator at around the closing time of the meeting to share his feedback. And we will have our first evaluator, Solomon Kabute, to come and give feedback for icebreaker speech from Venu for Venu. Solomon, the stage is yours.
Thank you, Harry. This was an incredible speech that you had. In fact, your icebreaker, and you came and gave us information about yourself. Where I was really happy as you mentioned about you trying to work as someone who helps in terms of inventory optimization. Where that was the role I had earlier, so it's something I resonate with. if I look at your speech, I think the environment was very nice. You had nice lighting where, it's easy to see you. And moreover, you were very eloquent, which this being your icebreaker, I thought you would have, fumbled away. But I mean, you were very eloquent. You gave out whatever, you showed. And the confidence that you had, I think it was very positive. You met new people, but you're very confident in coming out with what you showed. And I remember that we were thinking about who should go first, and you took it upon yourself to go first, and I thought maybe Harry would have gone first for you to learn, but you took it upon yourself, and that shows great leadership. Another thing is that you ended with the reason why you joined in this club, which is quite interesting to know, that you want to try to improve your leadership skills in terms of public speaking, which I think, you did well in the way you summarized the whole speech. So thank you very much. An area where I think you could look at is in terms of, gestures. Using hands to make some gestures, one or two, if need be, because there were instances where I thought that you could have used your hands to, just to emphasize or, say more about a particular stuff. So this is an area that you could look at. But in general, I think it was an excellent speech, and I wish you success going forward.
Fantastic, Solomon. Thank you for your wonderful evaluation. And once again, congratulations, Renu, for delivering a wonderful speech and giving us an opportunity to know you more. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Solomon. Thank you for your feedback and being gentle with me for the first timer. I truly appreciate your feedback. Thank you, Hari.
Fantastic. Thank you. With that, it's my pleasure to welcome our area director and evaluator for my speech, Pamela Johnson. Pamela, the stage is yours.
Thank you, Harry. Fellow Toastmasters, and especially Harry. I am honored to be able to evaluate Harry's speech. Harry, I loved your delivery on this important topic. I like that you started with what you were going to talk about, and then you went into why this subject was important. You gave us the what, the why, and how to be an agile leader. I was surprised and excited that you involved the audience, meaning you asked me a question. And this gave me the feeling that I, as an audience member, was important and helped me be more invested in your speech. It also showed that you had interest in me as an audience member, and that your focus was not simply on delivering a speech, but delivering a speech that was important to me. I like that you provided detail on the factors of trust, communication, and overall emotional intelligence. I have a couple of polishing points. I like the use of the PowerPoint as a visual, which helped us clearly see the list of effective habits of an agile leader. However, the page was a bit crowded, and I found myself focusing on reading the PowerPoint instead of listening to you. I would suggest that you use a single page for each point, possibly shorten the text and make it larger. This will allow the audience to focus on you and your words and deliver a more impactful point. I would also like to point out an area of improvement as it relates to your camera position, which we all have now that we're remote. Although I felt you were engaging with the audience, I think your camera is slightly below your eye level, so it appeared as though you were looking down at the audience. So maybe a slight adjustment there would be helpful. Overall, your speech content was excellent and informative. You provided useful information that we can not only use in business, but also in our personal lives. And to be honest, I believe you are a master presenter. And again, I am honored to have been your evaluator. Thank you.
Thank you, Pamela, for a wonderful evaluation. I will take your feedback points very seriously and will work on it and hopefully I improve in my next presentation on how to make it more concise, more shorter, and still be able to make sure that the visual presentation on my camera positions are good. Thank you very much, Solomon and Pamela. Wonderful feedback to our club members. I'd like to quickly run through our timer report for today from Tasvir. Tasvir?
Yes, for timer report, we had 2 prepared speeches and 5 table topics. So in the 2 prepared speeches, we know did the speech in 3 minutes and 30 seconds. So that was right on time. Harry did speech, he little exceeded, he did 7 minutes and 43 seconds. In table topics, everybody was almost on time. Tashwar did 1 minute 24 seconds. Solomon did 1 minute and 16 seconds. Victor 1 minute 17 seconds. Sabine 2 minutes and 6 seconds. And Pamela 1 minute and 28 seconds.
Fantastic, thank you. So you can see that in the table topics, everyone was able to talk about for a minute or minute and a half, but you still have another 40 seconds that you had at your hand that you could influence with some examples, with some stories, with some powerful quotes, and that will stick in others' mind. So try to bring your own experiences because that they are unique to you, and that gives you a unique perspective. So bring your experiences, bring your stories forward. Nothing is right or wrong. It's about making intentional impact. We'll go to our grammarian report, Solomon.
So honestly, I didn't, get or fetch out anything in terms of grammar. So I think we are all good.
Fantastic. Thank you for keeping a watch on our grammar and confirming that we did relatively well. Thank you very much. And we'll go to our counter for today. Pamela?
I always hate this role because I know that we all have a tendency toward a particular filler word. And I also know that when English is not your first language, we tend to use those filler words more. So I'm not going to point out in detail. However, I'd like to start with Venu. I did find that you use the typical ums and ahs frequently during your pauses. And when you were transitioning from one point to another, you have to be very careful in doing that because especially if there's a Toastmaster in a room, our focus then becomes on those words. Harry, during your speech, you had a few ums and ahs. Again, it was during that period of pausing. So my suggestion is when you have a pause and when you're thinking, just be silent, just let it lay because it actually will deliver the message a lot more clearly. And just as a side note, without going through every individual, I did hear that some more than others, again, during those pauses. So that just want to point that out. But overall, I think you guys did very well. And Vanu, you did very well for an icebreaker. Congratulations on getting that under your belt. And with that, I turn it back to Harry.
Fantastic. Thank you very much, Pamela. Thank you for taking your dual role, and same as Solomon, thanks for taking your dual role today. With that, I would like to welcome Ojilie, but before that, I would like to give Victor Lanyan opportunity to give us an overall evaluation on how the meeting went and what is his feedback. Victor, the stage is yours.
Yeah, thank you, Harry. Generally, I think the meeting went well in terms of keeping to time and also the presentation. And basically, the most of the observation by Pamela, there are things I also share. So I think we did quite well today, despite the small number. It was an effective meeting.
Thank you very much, Victor. Thank you for your feedback. And once again, thanks to everyone for taking your time and showing a commitment to improvise yourself, sharpen your own saw, and also help everyone else to sharpen their saw. I'd like to quickly welcome Ajilie. And Ajilie, do you want to introduce yourself?
Hello, Harry. Good afternoon. Sorry, apologies for joining the meeting late. I was out of town and I'm just jumping in. My name is Ojele Yetusin from Nigeria, a qualified accountant. I'm happy to join this meeting this afternoon. This is the time I joined the meeting. I enjoyed the whole meeting, and I hope that we enjoy it as well. So thank you for the presentation that happened today. Thank you very much, Harry.
Thank you, Ajilie. As you can see, our members span across Americas and EMEA. So we have Tasveer and Sabine from Canada. We have Venu, Pamela, and myself from US. We have Solomon, Victor, and Ojilie from Nigeria. And hopefully, this diversity in our club gives us an opportunity to listen to different perspectives, understand different perspectives, and learn from each other on how we can present in our own professional setting and personal setting. Now, each one of you are a leader and you have the ability to be in your boardroom. And one of my friends says, it's your responsibility to take a chair in the boardroom. It's your responsibility to take a chair in the boardroom, which means if you own your career, if you focus and own your outcomes, one day or the other, you will have the opportunity to take the chair in the boardroom. So we look upon each of us to inspire us and to deliver and grow more. Now, the next meeting will be on April 2nd. April 2nd, around the same time, 8 to 9 a.m. EST. The topic of next meeting is going to be artificial intelligence. Is it replacing or aiding humans? Artificial intelligence. Is it replacing or aiding humans? This is a theme of the meeting. You can do your prepared speeches. You can prepare table topics around the artificial intelligence theme, because in all of our different aspects of business, we know that artificial intelligence is going to impact us one way or the other. If we want to lead, we can make an impact. So that's our theme. I'd like to know if any one of you want to volunteer as a speaker in that theme on April 2nd. Who would like to volunteer and do your pathway speech on it? Venu's jumping in.
Yeah, I'd like to do my speech too.
Fantastic, Victor. Do we have one more speech? Solomon, Ojilie, Tasveer, Sabine, want to pitch in? Sometimes silence kills, and I want to use the power of silence to get the commitment. Okay, for now I'll take it too, but I need one more speaker to get it going. And I'd like to have probably Solomon as the table topic master for April 2nd meeting. Unless you are not at all available, Solomon, I would like you to take the opportunity to be a table topic coach, like the way how I took some quotes from an article and I shared the quotes. You can find quotes around artificial intelligence and you can share it in the meeting, and you can ask people to share their perspective on those quotes. Would you like to do that role?
Sure.
Fantastic. Okay. I want to know, Sabine or Tasveer, are you available for April 2nd? If so, I want one of you to take the Toastmaster role for next meeting so that you can anchor the meeting and you can present, introduce the speakers and introduce the table topic master and then conclude the speech.
Mhm. From 2nd April, I think that would be the first day of fasting, I believe. Tasveer, can you take that, or you will be in the Canada or in why? I think Tasveer is not here.
Yeah, he's here. Mute.
Well, I'm here. Yes, it will be first day of fasting, I guess. I'm not sure if I will do it. Sorry.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Hari,
Yeah.
I just realized I may not be able to join the April 2nd. I already have an engagement.
Okay.
I apologize for all this
No problem.
ruckus, but I just realized I have committed to a CWIB Center for Women program. So
No problem. We'll find a way out. We'll organize ourselves. But I just wanted to give an opportunity for all of us to do it here. So
Okay,
with
then
that,
Hari, then I will do the job then.
oh,
If
fantastic.
she
Thank
is
you,
not
Sabine.
available.
Thank you, Sabine, for taking up and taking the leadership on that role. Thank you. So we have our Toastmaster, we have one speaker, and we will self-organize to find the remaining roles. With that, it's my pleasure to once again welcome and thank you everyone for taking your time. I want to give Pamela Johnson a chance as an area director to do a closing remark and conclude the meeting. Pamela?
Thank you, Harry. I believe it was Victor, who is no longer on the call,
Yeah.
who mentioned that we did well for a small group. And what I'd like to say, it's small but mighty. I believe you guys are mighty in your delivery and holding this meeting with a handful of members, and that is fantastic. I have to tell you, I visit a lot of clubs and not every club can handle that. You guys are masters overall. For a young club and for so many new members, meaning less than a year, you guys are fantastic. You ought to be very proud of yourselves. I have also seen growth from my very first visit to today with certain people. And I don't know, I personally think Harry has a lot to do with it, whether he wants to take the credit or not. But you guys really give yourselves a hand and be proud of what you were building here. It is fantastic. Thank you, Harry.
Thank you, Pamela. We have a wonderful team of officers and team of members who are committed to develop themselves. So, and it's our pleasure to have sponsors, club sponsors and mentors and leaders like you to continuously encourage and motivate on the path so that we don't derail from our goal and we are focused on our outcomes. So thank you very much. Have a wonderful evening, a wonderful rest of the weekend. I need to go to my next Toastmaster meeting with Wharton Club. Thank you. Bye.
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 Bye-bye.